Today we're going to start on the rails, doing the final finishing and then the staining, and then we'll go back into the interior. You can see I've got the long 2x8s out of the hull and all of the clamps and everything, and it's a good time to give it a good vacuum and dusting and scrub down. So I got it all in, and it's kind of like starting to take shape now. It's starting to look like a boat, but with all the things in the middle, I'm starting to lose the nice angles and curves that I had, you know, the smoothness of it. So I'll have to wait until I flip it over and play with the bottom again. But right now we're going to start doing the rails. Subconsciously I knew there was a reason why I was waiting for this, because I needed to have the boat tied down and level when I put in the seat support 2x2s. So I had that, you know, the hull was tied down and level. But now I can do the rails, but in order to do the rails I have to have the cords and everything off the boat. So the boat's going to rock around a little bit, but now the cords are out of the way, so I can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The only other time that I'll need to level the boat out again will be to mount the mast partner arch and determine the center of it with the centerline string again, because I've even taken that up, and then placing the cup at the bottom of where the mast receiver, I guess you'd want to call it, the mast support on the bottom would be. That'd be the only time I need to balance the boat again. So now let's get on with the finishing of the rails. We're going to start out with a couple rasps. I got, like I said, the Shinto I got from Chuck, and I'm only going to use this fine side on it. The rough is just way too aggressive. And I had another old rasp I had found somewhere, and I can't remember where it was. It was made in England, it says on the handle here, but it's a piece of steel that has had carbide bits splattered onto it. One side is fairly smooth, the other side is a little more aggressive, but it's a perfect thing for doing that. So I'll make do with the start out here, and you can watch me as I go along. Let me set up a little bit more here. So here we go. Rotate it back and forth. Try not to put bevels in it. The edge wants to be round and not shaped like a rifle barrel with lots of little angles. Take your time and pull it back. Okay, I'm going to do an area I've already done. Also, be sure to check on which way the grain is going too. Sliding this way, because the grain has a slight outward angle to it, and that was one of the other things I'd said maybe on one of the O&P videos. I have used a router to round these things over. It only works on the top because it's hard to get under the side, but I've had on 2 occasions blowouts where the router is coming along, especially down here where it's severely curved, and on some of my other boats, like I think it was the Pudgy, which is severely arced. The wood is under such tension, you got to be careful. I don't router, but I did, and I blew out a little chunk came out, so I had to epoxy it back into place. So I never router these things again or anymore. start over with the rubber side of this one. Now that I've got this angle, the hard angle knocked over, I can go this direction with this one. Let me go ahead and do this a few more times on the finer edge, and then I'll vacuum it up and see what kind of surface I got, but it looks like it's coming in nice. And then we'll do these little inside things, which is a little more problematic. The other things you're going to be going to is on along the edges here, getting all the fingerprints off from when you're using either Gel Magic or the Easy Fillet. You'll find that there'll be little splotches. It looks like along here my gloves were covered with Easy Fillet, but it comes up pretty easy. So just run the tool along the edge. Now's the time too with my back again is to get out the old pink pearl and clean up all of the marks you put on the rails in the hole, or where you had hidden screws at. So once you get the sides done, then you start coming along at an angle doing the bottom edge. It doesn't need to be as severely rounded over as the top, but just enough so it's not a straight edge that will get knocked out and look bad. Just a little bit of rounding, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And also you can take your tool upside down, because this thing has no roughness on the side. I can run it against the hull, smooth up the edge, because these were never run through a planer, but they came out pretty smooth from when I got them from Edensoft. So I'll run that along the bottom now and come back and do some more, and that'll be about, and then the up here and all the corners and stuff will need some work too, so we'll come back to that.